After a terrific run of results, we find ourselves in third place in the Premier League, just 3 points off top place Tottenham. But despite heroics in the Champions League group stage, we've been drawn against Real Madrid in the round of 16. Before we do that though, it's time to welcome table toppers Tottenham to St Mary's for a massive round 3 FA Cup game as we look to try and retain the title we won last season. Harry Kane for Spurs, who of course has dropped into his customary deep position. Udogie goes past Kyle Walker-Peters like he's not even there, drives to the edge of the box, gives it back to Kane. Bella Kotchap with a beautiful challenge. Kyle Walker-Peters into Bella Kotchap. It's been a pretty quiet opening 40 to 45 minutes here at St Mary's. Neither team really being able to break the deadlock as Dani Olmo gives the ball away. And again, Ched Spence just gives the ball away. That just goes to show what is happening so far in this game as we waste a good opportunity to take the lead as the referee blows for half-time. Renato Sanchez finds Jeremy Doku. He looks out wide. That is a sensational ball into Kyle Walker-Peters, looking for Dani Olmo. The referee called it back for a free kick, and it's one that Renato Sanchez will take. Just going to try and dink this one to the edge of the box. Looks for Broja, doesn't find him. Truffert will pick up the loose ball though, shifts it onto his left, continues into the box. That is the first save that the goalkeepers had to make. Jeremy Doku with the resulting corner. It's a good ball in to Dani Olmo. Again, can't find him, but Kalmadine Sulemana will pick it up. This is a much better start to the second half than the first. Jeremy Doku again, back to Guendouzi. Guendouzi into Renato Sanchez. He tries to strike. He's blocked off. Dani Olmo continues though, picks up the ball into Guendouzi to strike from distance against the defender, out for another corner. Olsen on as a substitute, finds another substitute in Onuachu. He finds Renato Sanchez. Sanchez to Olsen, takes it beautifully, continues his run, finds Callum Hudson-Odoi, who almost finds the back of the net, but it's another brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Hazard for Tottenham, lovely pass out wide to the right hand side. It's Harry Kane driving into the box. And that really is the first chance the Spurs have had all game. Callum Hudson-Odoi to bring it forward here. Finds Truffert on the left-hand side. Beautiful pass. Can he find a ball across into the Renato Sanchez? Off the bar. Bella Kotchap out to Kyle Walker-Peters. Under 5 minutes remaining for either one of these teams to try and grab a winner, and we go and give the ball away so cheaply in the process. And now Hazard is released down the left-hand side. Guendouzi trying to trap back, trying to put a challenge in, doesn't. It's back now to Udogie. Spurs looking the most likely to try and get the win here. It's into Hazard again, into the box, continues his run. Vitina wastes a huge opportunity that Bazunu dives onto. The referee blows for full time. Well, it wasn't the most exciting game, but a draw 0-0 at full time means we will go to a replay at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And with both sides so evenly matched, it just goes to show why there is only 3 points separating us in the Premier League. But frustratingly, despite us only being midway through the January transfer window, with only 7 million left in the budget, we aren't going to be able to kick on and bring any new players in. Which means if we want to close that 3-point gap and finally realise our dream of becoming Premier League champions, we're going to have to do it with the squad that we've got. And with Spurs able to get the better of us in the third round replay 2-1, and with us dropping down to 4th in the Premier League table 5 games later, perhaps our lack of spend in the January transfer window is going to come back to bite us. However, with Jeremy Doku now establishing himself as our top star player with 16 goals and 5 assists in 29 appearances, 3 of those coming in 4 Champions League appearances, I'm hoping he will be able to lead us to glory as we head over to the Bernabeu, away from home against Real Madrid in the Champions League first leg for the biggest game in Southampton's history. And my word, he does. 2 goals from him means it is a 2-1 victory heading into the second leg. And if he can lead us to Champions League glory, we may as well build a statue for him outside the stadium. The problem with him being so good though is that his backup Scott Olsen is not happy. Despite being 85 rated, he just can't get the game time that he needs. He's furious, he wants to leave the club, and it looks like we're going to be looking for a replacement for him at the start of Season 5. However, with all eyes focused on the return leg against Real Madrid in the Champions League, our league form has started to suffer. And frustratingly, what looked like a promising title charge at the beginning of the episode is now starting to look like a real fight for a top 4 finish. And with offers of £56.7 million from PSG and £57.9 million from Arsenal, it looks like the young Dane will definitely be plying his trade away from the club next season. However, transfer news is not what is important right now, as the most important thing is that Southampton are about to embark on the biggest game in their history. It is the second leg, Champions League round of 16 tie, at home to Real Madrid. And it's a very simple objective. A win or a draw means we will be heading into the quarter-finals for the first time in the club's history. Vardio under a lot of pressure, and Jeremy Doku wins the ball high up the field, and look at the pace and the acceleration he's got to get away from the defenders. But that is a horrendous ball and a big opportunity missed. Livramento into Renato Sanchez. It's all happening down this right-hand side in the opening 15 minutes. Livramento continues his run. Can he put a better ball in? He can put a decent ball in, but yet again, we can't get there. Livramento into Jeremy Doku. It's Renato Sanchez going to lift the ball back over to him. It's a beautiful ball. Jeremy Doku picks it up again, turns around, goes back to Livramento. It is all down the right-hand side here. Renato Sanchez into the box, looks for Callum Hudson-Odoi off the post. Renato Sanchez again looks for Jeremy Doku. It's been all action here in the opening 31 minutes. He continues his run, continues with the ball, into Broja. Broja into Dani Olmo, into the back of the net. It's end to end here. It's Jeremy Doku into Broja, and Dani Olmo completely unmarked in the box. Fires a wicked strike from close range past Courtois. Gave him no chance, and somehow, some way, we are 3-1 up on aggregate. Lovely ball into space, into Valverde, who finds himself on the right-hand side, going into the box, trying to be chased down by Gomez. Forced Bazunu into save, and Bella Kotchap, why did he pick that up? And he got very lucky there, into Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku into Livramento, gets it back. Sanchez now has it. Sanchez into the box. Can he find a ball into Broja? Oh, he's put it wide. Renato Sanchez into the feet of Broja. Broja looks for the run of Callum Hudson-Odoi on the left-hand side. Is this the chance to put the game to bed? Callum Hudson-Odoi wastes it. Gravenberch looks for Valverde. Beautiful pass to get the ball past Truffert, and he gets it back again. Valverde continues his run into the box. Fires a strike. Bazunu is equal to it. Oh, this is a beautiful ball out to Sadio Mane. It's 2-on-2 here as we scramble to try and get back. Bella Kotchap with a fantastic challenge though. Sadio Mane into Mara. Sadio Mane has it back, trying to bring it forward, and Bella Kotchap has been a wall at the back. Paqueta for Real Madrid. They're ramping up the pressure here in the second half. It's Mara into the box. Beautiful play. That is a beautiful goal to get Real Madrid back into this game. Well, it's the two former Bayern Munich men to combine. Look at that for a touch and a pass into Sadio Mane. And when you give that man that much time and space in the box unmarked, he will do devastating things. Powers a shot past Bazunu. Madrid back in the game. And now we can try and spring a counter-attack. That is a beautiful ball right over into the path of Jeremy Doku. Drives down the right-hand side. He's got a free option in Bella Kotchap at the far post. Can't find him. Courtois manages to hold on. But the referee blows the whistle. It is full time at St Mary's. Well, the fans are absolutely ecstatic, and rightly so. It is the biggest game, the biggest moment in Southampton's history. And we have come through it with flying colours. The players were absolutely sensational from start to finish, and full time it is 3-2 to Southampton on aggregate. But after battering Inter Milan 4-2 in the round of 16, it is an all-English affair in the quarter-finals as we will be facing Manchester City in a mammoth clash. However, with Arsenal now in 6th place in the Premier League, just starting to close the gap and breathe down on X for the final Champions League spot, we will welcome them to St Mary's for our final game of the episode, and a huge game in the context of the Premier League. Oh, beautiful play from Arsenal into Gabby Jesus. And Arsenal almost going 1-0 up inside the opening 5 minutes here. He goes down the left-hand side. Ridvan Yilmaz into the box. And it's just over the bar from Renato Sanchez. Gabby Jesus for Arsenal yet again. He fires a ball over to Ousmane Dembele, who clearly has the pace to go past my left back. Into Fabio Vieira. Bazunu can't do enough to stop the ball going into the back of the net. And Arsenal take an early lead here. Weston McKennie brings the ball forward for Arsenal. They've got the bit between their teeth as they search for a second goal. Gabby Jesus fires a strike. Wicked save from Bazunu. Sulemana finds Yilmaz. Yilmaz has got space to run into down the left-hand side. Can he find a ball into Onuachu? He can. Has he managed to stay on side? Yes, he has. What a strike. What a goal! Well, it's the most ridiculous celebration from the big man yet again, but he doesn't care, and neither do the fans, because that was absolutely spectacular. Ridvan Yilmaz with a ball into Onuachu. I thought he just strayed offside, but what a strike off the inside of the bar, and that is enough to bring the scores level here. It's 1-1 at St Mary's. Into Kalmadine Sulemana. He's almost blocked off by his own player, but Ridvan Yilmaz eventually manages to pick up the second ball. Continues a run, goes into the box, almost. Was just inches away there from finding a pass to Onuachu, and surely that would have been 2-1. Great interception. Dani Olmo into Kalmadine Sulemana. We've started off this second half far better than we started the first. Dani Olmo has it again. Sulemana into Dani Olmo. Tries to drive into the box, goes past two players, fires a strike just over the bar. Odegaard for Arsenal to bring it forward. He's got acres of space and finds Dembele, but he's blocked off by Ridvan Yilmaz as what has been a ding-dong battle between the two of them. Joe Gomez into Dani Olmo. Now we can go, and it's Kalmadine Mohamedine Sulemana to bring the ball forward again. Him and Ridvan Yilmaz getting in each other's way, but it's now Renato Sanchez. What a save from Ramsdale. Jeremy Doku to fire a corner in. We have been so much better in this second half, and it's bundled home by Salazar of all people. The centre half just manages to loop it over Ramsdale to give us a 2-1 lead in the second half. Marcus Edwards to bring the ball forward for Arsenal, tries to go past. My defender doesn't. Bazunu just there in the nick of time as Arsenal look to strike back early. Looks for the run of Onuachu. Arsenal have really opened themselves up now as Renato Sanchez. Can he find a ball across to Jeremy Doku? He does, and Jeremy Doku puts an end, surely, to this game. It's 3-1 here, and the star man strikes again. Mbembe to bring the ball forward, into Odegaard. Finds Gabby Jesus. Lovely play from Arsenal. Gabby Jesus into the box. That is a tame effort. Odegaard for Arsenal. Fires a wonderful ball over the top into Asensio. How on earth are Arsenal only 6th in the Premier League table? They've got unbelievable players as Bazunu comes to our rescue yet again. As you can see, Ramsdale is up for this corner. Arsenal in desperate need of 2 goals here with only minutes remaining. Danny Olmo heads it clear. Can he get there ahead of the defender? Yes, he can. The referee blows the whistle for full time. Well, after a difficult first half, we get the job done in the second, and the Arsenal players can't quite believe it. It's game over here at St Mary's. 3-1 Southampton. And not only have we just beaten them 3-1, but we've also managed to nick over £57 million off them, as Skov Olsen has agreed to join Arsenal, and with that win putting daylight between ourselves and Arsenal in 6th place, and with us now closing the gap back to 3 points to Manchester City in top, this title race is still well and truly on. And with a double header in the quarter-finals of the Champions League against Manchester City in the next episode, it is one you definitely don't want to miss. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you again next time.